Well, most people stay in bed. Some of us go to work. Sorry for the terrible faffing, but we're ready. Okay, so whew, most people are curled up in bed now, whereas some of us are off to work. But some of us get to ride a bike to work. So this is my commute. So we are in, I was going to say we're in sunny Plymouth, but I've got to be careful because I've got a bad finger. Oh, that's better. Okay. Now they do say if you're not sweating when you're going, you're not wearing enough clothes. Although I did make a hole in my nice Gore-Tex booties today. Just think there are people out there who get given loads of stuff. What do I get? Nothing. I couldn't even afford to buy them. New. Oh shit. Oh, fucking hell. That was lucky, wasn't it? That's what happens when your choke goes. Oh, and you're tired because you were up late last night with a lady. Okay, people. I hope. Oh, fucking hell, that was hard work, wasn't it? Alright, 40 on the clock, so we've got plenty of juicy Lucy. Oh, fuck me, I could have done without nearly dropping the bike. Oh. That's probably just because I wasn't concentrating, because I was chatting away. There we go. Oh, let's go. Oh, pigeon. Oh, it's Sunday, isn't it? So there's no traffic there. So, a couple of days after Wally Wick decided to kill everyone in Plymouth, had our massacre, which is really weird. I know he liked America and wanted to emulate America, what, by having a shootout? Like a fucking western! Naming that film in the credits? Not in the credits, in the comments. Okay, let's get happy. Yay, happy. Morning, Mr. Vampire. Oh, I'm so tired. Okay, so if I'm shouting, I apologise, but obviously it's all health and safety people should be doing is looking after your ears, not from the noise of the Alpi, but from the wind, because the Alps are a bit shit on wind protection. I have seen them with that big visor up the front. So today I've got a 12-hour shift working with ABIs, acquired brain injuries. I've got an awesome client who's, well, usual brain injury issues. It's kind of like being a bit of a policeman and diplomat with a brain injury person. Sort of going in the back door to get things done and stuff. That's the technical term for it. Really, it's just changing their minds, switching their thoughts, their moods. I shouldn't say they're people. So, my little client today got mitochondrial disease, so he is going to die eventually, which is a really cruel thing. He did have a nice go at me one time. You got no fucking idea what it's like to be in a wheelchair, I quote. At which point I let him rant on for a couple of hours, telling me I'm horrible, I'm useless, not care, blah 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 blah. and then pointed out to him, I do know what it feels like to be in a wheelchair. I do know what it feels like to be fucked. From cancer. Okay. Wow. Tell it's Sunday. So, yes, my indicator's still not working. Seems to have a lot of mistiness on my visor today. So obviously if it starts to rain, we'll be turning you guys off. So I hope your Sundays are great, if this is a Sunday or a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday. I hope that life has brought you everything you want it to. Possibly hasn't, but let's think about how we can change things, shall we, today? I'm not a religious man, but I do have sort of inklings into the power of positive thoughts and energy and things like that. This is Tamar Bridge. These are what I call the Nippon clip-ons, which I picked up that term in New Zealand. Oh, I want to go back to New Zealand. They don't give me a job in New Zealand doing this. Oh, can you imagine that? I get a job riding a bike around New Zealand. Oh, test riding, YouTube videos, presenting. Oh, feck-a-doodle-doo. Could I be any more happier if I got that? Oh, so that's the wall with all the pretty lights on it. Not an incinerator. They put pretty lights all over the incinerator. Because then I think they think that we'll think it's quite pretty and it's not really killing us and destroying resources. Waste is not a resource. Sorry, waste is a resource. Waste is not waste. It's a resource. Sorry. That's how they think of it. It's the char that's produced that's the problem. Oh, so it's not such a bright day today. It's a little bit overcast, a little bit cloudy, a little bit but there is always a good thing, and the good thing is it's not raining, and the good thing is I'm on the Transalp. Now it should be an easy day at work today because I bathed him and washed all his balls and everything the other day, so I mean, he was so poorly he got sepsis. How bad? He's so dirty he got sepsis. How bad's that? Bedridden, didn't clean, got sepsis. Full capacity, people. If he wants to go and spend 130 quid of taxpayers' benefits on a hat, he does it, and that's what he did. Full capacity. I don't want to wash. Well, then you're going to end up getting sepsis. Then no, I'm fucking not. What do you know? Ah, the wonders of brain injury, people. The wonders. My knee's still quite bad, you know. Oh fuck. Oh, good job I wasn't falling the other way toward it. So there's still people out. There we are at 70 miles an hour from the Alpina today. I do have my phone, don't I? Yeah. I do have a phone. Ah, that's it, flat out. So, my lovely people, I think the YouTube is great. How can we have millions of people from around the world, different languages, different beliefs, we touch on that, all enjoying watching stuff, watching people, normal people. It's a fascinating thing that people are able to earn a living by doing what they enjoy, which is the most important thing in this world. I'm a big one for a resource-based society. So you base an economy on the resources you have and what you don't have, what others have. And we don't have money. What I hear you say? No money? Check out the Venus Project, Jack Fresco. And I had a big argument one day with an ex-girlfriend's father. Well, it wasn't a big argument. I put my point across, he said it would work. So I spent 3 or 4 hours explaining to him how I think it could. So, you basically have no money, you have no financial gain for anything. Now, oh, there's the whole thing. Bear with me, okay, because I hear you saying, well, how would you buy a house? Your house is given to you, but these are houses that you need, not a great big house for 2 people to rattle around in. Okay, this is a house modest size with all the things you need for life, and a house built with the environment and sustainability, so it has to last. Okay? At the minute we're building houses not to last. I dread to think about all these ones in the UK they've thrown up over the last 20 years, literally thrown them up. Because in 20 years they're all going to be knackered. I say that from working in construction for several years. So it is a frightener. But the Venus Project, so he was, I had this argument and I just said to him, look, I said, what did you want to do? Oh, what do you mean? I said, what did you want to do? What was your dream job? And his reply was he wanted to be a commercial diver, so out on the rigs and that. Bearing in mind this guy's what, 50 something, so he's obviously not going to be a commercial diver. So I said, look, I said, well, let me guess, I said, you didn't do it because you couldn't afford the training when you left school. And he said, yeah, basically you couldn't afford the training to go and do it. I said, okay, well, picture this. I said, what if in the resource-based society I started training you from 14, 15 to be a diver, a commercial diver? Oh, I wouldn't be able to afford it. No money. I said, you'll be trained to do it. Because even in a resource-based society, you need a diver. Yeah? You're going to need divers to do things. So, he was like, oh, well, okay. I've got to get milk on the way home. I'm on the way there, actually. Well, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. So, we got to the stage where I was explaining he would have all his training paid for, his house would be paid for, his bills would be paid for, food would be provided, but he would have to work for free 2 days a week. So that's what you do in return for getting your free food, your house, and all your energy and everything and your needs. You'd have free transport. Cars would be for everyone. If you needed a car, you could book it. And you have to kind of totally switch your mindset to think about a resource-based society. And human beings are not naturally ones to sit on the dole. So, or government-funded programs to sit at home. We're not like that. I mean, I always wanted to be a vet, but my teachers, you have to think I'm 46 now, so when I was at school, there was no such thing as dyslexia. There was no such thing as ADHD and all these weird other labels they might put people on. All you got was a board rubber thrown at you, which is like a block of a block of wood with some felt on it that they use to wipe the chalk writing off a chalkboard. So if you did anything wrong, the teacher would throw a board rubber at you. And that's what used to happen regularly. This isn't like, oh, that happened once a month. That's every lesson. The board rubber would be flying. You used to have 2 or 3 board rubbers because he used to throw them. And that was what we got. I had the ruler at primary school across the hand. That was because I bit one of my mates. They cornered me in like a little shed two doors, and one stood at one end, one stood at the other, and they kicked the shit out of me every time I tried to get out. So I fucking lunged him and bit him. You gotta remember, guys, I was about 7, 6. So that was quite funny. But yeah, at schools you just got fucking put in a little group. Oh, don't want to learn, blah blah blah, disruptive, short attention span. And yet, even in the secondary school, I'd go for my exams and they would say, oh, if he could tell us everything he knew, he'd be a genius. And my mother would be like, well, sit him down in a room, ask him the questions, he'll tell you them, and give him a grade on that. Well, we can't do that, Mr. Strong. Why not? Well, we can't, that's not the policy. So I went through the GCSE system and got barely anything. Well, I did get barely anything because I never finished the exam papers. Oh, sorry, put your pen down. I haven't finished. Put your pen down. Yeah, but I haven't finished. Put your bloody pen down. Stop. And they used to snatch the pen out of my hand and tell me to do one. And I'm like, I've only done like 2 pages of a 6-page exam paper. It's almost criminal to think. And then that sort of moulds you into what career you can possibly have, which is criminal if you think about it. Whereas the Venus Project would be, you go and do the job you want to do. So going back to the guy who wanted to be a commercial diver, he would have got all this training for free. And everyone knows if you're doing a job you enjoy, you're up 5 minutes before that alarm clock. You can't wait. You can't wait to get to work. And it's weird because one of my favourite jobs is ripping engines out of a car with a 10-ton whole plane swing shovel in a scrapyard. Oh, what a lovely job. I mean, once you got over the fact you're destroying millions of pounds worth of resources, because you're literally taking a nice car that had a minor accident that had been written off by the insurance company and tearing the engine out, but there's nothing wrong with it, throwing it on a pile, so grabbing it and just chucking it. It was good fun when we had alloy engines, because they used to have to go over the bay where the shit engines were, the steel engines. So you had to swing it and then let it go. It took a while to learn how to do that. So you'd get the end swinging and then you'd have to release as you went like that. But I used to learn, I used to go up, back, and you used to fall on the floor and everyone would look at you and laugh. So quite embarrassing. Oh, my knee's hurting already. It's really bad, people. I think I may have to ring up my doctor. So yeah, that's what I want, a resource base. So we can go get it here. Unless we have like helicopter money, which is where the governments just pay you to do nothing. So they give you a set wage for you to live on. But that'd be great, that would work I think to begin with, because because you'd be doing a job, you'd have to work obviously a couple of days a week. And that's the other thing, you'd only have to work a couple of days a week because we can get to the stage where things aren't built or manufactured for money, they're manufactured to work. Yeah? Whereas everything today has an obsolescence. So it has an obsolescence in it. So there's some scary stuff going on in the world. We all know when you were younger, if you're my generation or even older, you could have a fridge 40 years old, still work. Yeah? You could have a mixer for mixing your food. I think mine's 40 years old, right? So, because it was built to do the job. Now, today we're in a world of consumerism and throwaway society. Well, some people are, I'm not. Hence this. And you can understand it. I mean, I used a description with my corky. I said to her one day, I was trying to explain about waste and obsolescence and things like that. We had a BMW alternator go wrong. Now, every single car pretty much has an alternator, yeah? So that takes a belt from the engine, is turned, produces electricity, feeds the battery, and then the battery is what gives the car its power. And every single alternator on every single car is different, so there's your first problem. So you can't just take an alternator off an Escort, that'll show me age now, and put it on a Metro. You had to have, and then you've got like French cars. The same make of car has 6 or 7 different variations of alternator, all with 3 wires on the back, all with the module, all with a belt pulley on the front, and you have 6 or 7 different ones. It's just crazy. People who do this should be ashamed of themselves. So that's your obsolescence. But there's something a bit more frightening, if I can tell you this before it rains on us. You have something called the perceived obsolescence. So everything nowadays has an obsolescence built into it. Yeah, so it's designed to go wrong after 4 or 5 years. But they actually have a perceived obsolescence where they psychologically analyse human beings to where you would accept a breakdown and get a new one, rather than accept the breakdown and repair it, or get back onto the manufacturer and say, oi, fix my item. There's another couple of videos of mine how I'm trying to save the planet by exactly that, by not accepting an obsolescence. And in this country we have laws against it. We have consumer rights, we have consumer rights acts, we have fit for purpose acts. Okay? So the government actually has laws to back it up, but they never help you enforce it. It's always down to you. Oh, sorry, emo. They never help enforce it. Now, if you check out my one on the freezer, where I wouldn't accept a 24-month old, no, it's 25 months, a month out of its warranty. I didn't accept the fact it went wrong. Okay? And they would repair it. I wouldn't accept it. I'm not paying 300 quid for a fridge freezer for the last 2 years. And it was a noisy fridge freezer. So I would encourage PC World, said that it's broken. Oh, it's out of warranty. Out of warranty. Okay, went to the shop, manager, out of warranty. Okay? Right, I said, yeah, but I said, that's not acceptable. Yeah, it is. Right. So, rung up like head office stuff, said to them, look, I'm going to take this fridge freezer and throw it on your doorstep, film it for YouTube. Rung the shop again, and they said, yeah, fine, go for it. Ideal. So emptied the van, got ready, and then they're like, oh, and I'm like, oh, okay. And yeah, I was brought up with that dodgy advert. I don't know if it's Buster Bud Vessel. And they used to go, think once, think twice, think bike. And that always stuck with me, even as a kid, you know. One of the government health adverts. We don't get any of them now. They were pretty good. It's probably why people my age have got a different outlook on doing stupid stuff, like jumping on fluorescent tubes and putting it on the internet and doing dangerous stuff and then end up being paralysed and weird shit like that. Jumping off the Tor Point ferry for £100 bet when you're, what, 15 years old, and then drowning. What? I mean, we used to do stupid stuff, jumping off cliffs and stuff like that, but we always knew what level the water had to be on the cliffs, and we never did it. We would wait until doing like the bog roofs in Newquay. We would always wait until the tide was up past a certain level on the rocks, and then we knew we could jump in. And that was great fun. We used to always have 2 wetsuits. Surfing wetsuit and a wetsuit for jumping. So you'd have two wetsuits, one full of holes, which would used to be your old one. Now, my favourite tree's down here. It's not a very nice day to be doing a video, but look, it is, look! Look at this! This is my commute! This is my commute to work! And in 12 hours I'll do it again. It's my favourite tree, this. So I'll take my hand out of the way, you might see it. Isn't that a lovely tree? Sometimes I've got some photos of like the sun behind it. It looks absolutely mental. Isn't that a great tree? It is a oak, if any of you would like to know. A English oak, obviously. So I've gone quiet there because it's a bit of a shitter. Sticks on the road, look. Don't know what that white thing was. Oh yes I do. It's a gutter end. Wow, Carlets, how many cars have I literally seen? About 4 cars this morning, and one of the cars nearly killed me. It's just such a great day. Oh, I've got to get milk, haven't I? I gotta get the milk for my cup of tea. Gotta get the milk for my 3:30. Oh. So I did this all through lockdown. People being paid to stay at home because of Corona going to you. Oh, it's awful being paid to stay at home. Fucking really? 80% of my wages to be paid at home to do nothing? Oh no, sorry, you still have to go to work. Oh, right, but you can't even go out your house. Oh, but I can go out to work. Oh. They didn't even give us a tax rebate. Say, well, we're not going to charge you your tax. Well, we do that, but we'll pay people 80% of their wages. What the fuck? Not fair, is it? Ah, smell the cow poop. Stony Bridge down there. Do you know why it is called Stony Bridge? Because there's a bridge made of stone. It's a bit like that in Cornwall. We've even got a cliff that's really high, and it's called High Cliff. And I come from a town where they built a quay and it was brand new, so they called it New Quay. It used to be Town Vista, but then they built the new quay and called it New Quay. Quite clever really, isn't it? It's quite funny that. I find that a lot. I must find out why they called Princetown there on Dartmoor. I might do that today. I mean, I say my job's quite difficult, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes my client's really tired. And if he's tired, he'll go to sleep. Which is great, because you've got to watch him to make sure he doesn't have a seizure and die. But it does mean you can go on the computer and research stuff and upload your YouTube video, as well as tidy the house. Food ready. Oh, his food's coming today. Did his online shop, so his food will be coming today, so I'll be able to cook him some nice food. Hunter's chicken, he likes me when I'm here because I cook him good food. Other guys will just go to takeaways. I mean, look at it, really? Look at it, just look. I mean, this is my commute. It's an awful down there, look. That's the North Store. Lovely, isn't it? It's just great, isn't it? Oh, fuck me. He ain't gonna last long, is he? Yeah, this isn't telling you how great the Alp is. I've done that on another video. This is just talking shit on my commute to work. Wow. So this is the middle of summer. Well, just near the end of the summer, August 2021. So middle of August. I think it's about 16, 17. Oh fuck! I've got a wedding Friday. Forgot about that. Best man, got to be Steve. I haven't done it yet. Sorry, Dobby. I'm just gonna wing it. My mouth works. I can't really tell any funny stories. I could tell some funny stories. The Gobby Cockney. He looks like Danny Dyer. He sounds like him as well. It's quite funny how the relationships you get with people. He's just a Gobby Londoner and moved to Cornwall. He's proper Gobby. Hence his nickname Gobby, because we're not loud and Gobby like him. He's proper Cockney geezer. But he's quite nice, quite cheeky. Yeah, it's quite nice. He's not your arsehole Cockney, he's quite a Gobby Cockney, quite a cheeky Cockney. The Gobby Cockney! Gobby! So that's his nickname, Gobby! Bottle of pop. Nice. So, I am going to end this video on a good note and tell everyone how much I love everyone, because I do love everyone. I love your neighbours, you gotta love, well, my neighbour's a bit of a prick actually, but had a go at me for having a motorcycle and going to work on a Sunday. Starting your motorbike up in the early hours of Sunday morning. Yeah, because I go to work at like 7:30 on a Sunday and I don't get any overtime. Yeah, alright, go with about half an hour, fucking knob end. And it's really funny, he may have got me to move a car further up the road, but in doing so I lost the complete and utter respect for him as a human being. Stand there and shout and bawl at someone for half an hour in front of a disabled child. Fucking lovely, with your big vest on and your big muscles. Look at that, isn't that just so cool? Isn't that the best bus shelter? Oh, I've got to get milk. Well, I can turn you off when I get milk, because obviously I'm not going to show you where my client lives. Data protection, blah blah blah. Oh dear, I come to Fowey, the quietest fishing town in Cornwall, and I'm stuck in traffic. Oh, I'm still going to be stuck in traffic. Okay. Well, I hope you've enjoyed me yapping on my way to work, doing my commute. Oh dear, and nearly dropping my bike. That was funny. I wonder what that said. Bit of bunting, bit of Barry bunting. Oh, my knee. Oh. Well, people, here we are in Fowey. Don't know how much you can see if I go there. There's Fowey down there, look. It's pretty good, isn't it? Look at that. Cornwall is my home. Can't afford to live here though. Oh! Yeah, that knee's getting quite bad. He's getting quite bad. Oh yeah? Oh, milky milky. Milky milky. Can't really afford to buy anything else. What else we got? There we go. It's about a mile.